2022 has been tough. We have just entered June. The market did have a rally during recent weeks, but we do not know how well this is going to sustain. In fact, yesterday, the market started to suffer a little bit of weakness. Nonetheless, the stock market is still down by about 14% year to date. It is not to the extent that I will call it a crisis, but it is frustrating at the same time because the market went up and down, which is rather choppy. With the inflation, interest rate hikes, war, and all those news, things can be even more unpredictable. So in this video, what I'll be sharing with you is how I find stocks to trade in this kind of uncertain market. So before I proceed any further, there are things that I'll need to explain first. Investing and trading are two totally different things. Investing is meant for super long term, and when I mention investing, I'm referring to a buy and hold strategy that may not necessarily have a time frame associated with it, but rather a portfolio or financial goal that you want to achieve with that investment portfolio. For example, an early retirement portfolio whereby I collect high quality ETFs like the SPY and QQQ for super long term and sell call options down this journey to increase my return by a notch higher. And instead of setting time frame for investments, like some people love to say that investment has to be a year or two and three and whatnot. At least that's not the way I usually refer to when I speak about investing at the most generic or surface level. To me, it is employing a buy and hold strategy onto stocks, ETFs, or anything that you have conviction for. So it's either you hold until the stock's no longer worth investing, or you hold until your specific financial goal has achieved and you are ready to cash out, or in certain cases, have to cash out a little bit. Trading, however, on the other hand, refers to buying something with the intention to sell at a higher price in the future. So time frame would depend on which type of traders you are. For example, if you typically sell your stocks within a couple of days or within a week or two, you might be a short-term trader or a swing trader. If you always sell before the day ends, then you are a day trader, and so on and so forth. The important thing here is the intention, which is to buy something and hopefully sell for a higher price in the future and make a capital gain. And personally, I'm a position trader, which refers to the type of traders who hold their positions for at least overnight until a couple of weeks or even months, depending on the strategies employed. Just to give you a context and where I'm coming from as far as trading is concerned. The strategy that I primarily use is called trend following. To make things in the simplest manner, trend followers trade by following the trend, which means in the stock market, trend followers buy stocks that are in an uptrend and then sell only when the trend ends and started, to bend down, or when the stock stops going up or becomes sluggish or even turn into a downtrend. So in this video, I'll be sharing primarily how I find and choose stocks to trade in an uncertain market like what we are encountering right now from trend followers' perspective. So personally, I have both investment portfolio and trading portfolio, and this video is all about trading. So nothing about investing, and I really want to make things clear because a lot of time, the action plans and appropriate things to be done for these two types of portfolios are very different and oftentimes the opposite. So do not mess things up, okay? Do not confuse yourself. And if you are looking into long-term passive investing, I've made a couple of videos about that this year, including how you can get started with $1,000, as well as a video sharing the things that I will personally accumulate and invest should the market stays weak or crash this year. So if you're into those, check those videos out, and I'll link them in the YouTube card at the top right corner, as well as in the description below. Alright, so just a quick disclaimer. As far as trading in the market or the stock market is concerned, I'll be sharing things or making commentaries based on my very own perspective, which means I'm a trend follower, so I'll be commenting and sharing information and things from a trend follower's perspective. None of those things mentioned later in this video are going to be financial advice, and by all means, stocks mentioned in this video are not buy or sell solicitations. So you may or may not be a position trader or a trend follower, so do your own due diligence before putting your hard-earned money into any investment. I'm just a random dude with a camera, more than one cameras, okay? in YouTube and in the internet. So do your own research. Alright, so this is how I find stocks to trade in an uncertain market like the market right now, whereby the S&P 500 is bouncing around. But this does not mean that there are no opportunities in the stock market. Now, as far as trend following stock is concerned, I only look at stocks that are in an uptrend, ideally all-time high region or at least 52 weeks high. Now, this is counterintuitive to many people, but this is how trend followers would do. At least this is the way that I find it works for me. Now, to screen stocks that are in an uptrend, there is one free tool that I use very frequently. Is the screener by finviz.com. So what you need to do is go to finviz.com and then click screener at the navigation bar. After that, what you need to do is click technical, and under 52 weeks high or low, click new high. So right now, you will see a list of stocks that are trading at a 52 weeks high as of yesterday's closing. And you can see that this list right now is sorted by alphabetical order. So what I'll usually do next is to sort it by market cap. So what I'll do is under market cap, just click twice so that it will sort from the highest market cap to the lowest. Now, this is because personally, I favor trading companies that have a higher market cap because I trade options. So high market cap companies would usually have great open interest and volume to work with when it comes to their options. So now we have gotten a list of stocks that are trading at a 52 weeks high and sorted by market cap. So starting from the highest, what we see is like ConocoPhillips, EOG Resources, and the list just goes on. Now, I wouldn't go and purchase or buy these stocks, open positions for them at least right now. Now, despite not buying these stocks right now, there are two reasons why this step is important. Now, first, I want to know what sectors and industries or subsectors are strong right now. So currently the market is not very bullish and very uncertain. However, from this step, we can clearly see that there is, one or two sectors, or industry that are actually outperforming the entire market. And I believe that from this example, things are quite clear. And secondly, I will put these stocks, especially those in the the strong sectors, into a watch list. Now, understand that no matter how strong a stock is, it would not go up in a straight line. There are times whereby the momentum will take a rest and then the stock might have a pullback and undergo a short-term correction or things along those lines. So when they recover from the pullback or short-term correction, that would be the moment we want to revisit these stocks and see whether or not they are, any kind of like buying opportunities. So right from this list, we can see that, the strongest industry or sector is actually energy. And of course, we have different industry within the sectors that are performing. You can also move to page 2 and look further. So you can see that energy, oil and gas, those related sectors or industries are definitely the strongest in the US stock market right now. And there's one tool that I like to use as well is head over to charts and you will see those stocks in charts, in this kind of view, which is very convenient and very useful for me because I can see that ConocoPhillips, EOG Resources, and all these stocks, they are in a very great uptrend, that I really like as a trend follower. So what we know right now are sectors that are outperforming the entire market and also a list of strong stocks that I will watch for, a short-term correction or pullback and only enter after they recover from, an upcoming weakness or pullback. So certainly, these kind of entry opportunities will not happen in a week or maybe in a month. So what if I want to enter stocks like today or maybe in a couple of days? So what I will do is go and change the 52 weeks high or low to either 0 to 10% below high or 0 to 5 or 0 to 3% below high. So let's just go to 0 to 10% below high. So this will actually give you a list of stocks that are slightly under their 52 weeks highs. So majority of these stocks are going to be in a strong uptrend, and they are now undergoing some kind of pullback or short-term corrections. Now, not all, but majority. So again, to me, personally, I will prioritize watching for stocks whereby the sectors are strong. And secondly, would be picking stocks that are in a pattern that you find it easier for you to trade or work with. So for me, I will be picking stocks that are trending up and then, having some kind of pullback or correction. I will keep an eye on, these stocks, and if there's a price action or any kind of rebound and resume of uptrend, I'll establish my positions, either the stock itself, the stock CFDs or options, depending on the risk and also the implied volatility in this case. So what we're gonna do right now is go through these stocks over here. You can see that J&J, okay, Johnson & Johnson is drugs manufacturer, and just now we already know that, okay, energy stocks, energy sector is strong. So ExxonMobil is the one that I'll prioritize in this case, and Chevron is also oil and gas related. So these are the stocks. This is basically my workflow when it comes to picking stocks. Of course, some other stocks like Eli Lilly, drugs related, you can see that is also Johnson & Johnson. They are kind of like within the same sectors as well. So the nature of business, somewhat related. So you can also pay some attention. You can see that from this kind of view, you can also see that what kind of chart pattern you like to work with, and you can pick stocks from here. So that's going to wrap up this video. How do I find stocks to trade in an uncertain market, or basically any given market conditions actually? Just that if the market is more bullish than right now, okay, we get more choices to pick from, as the list of stocks that we can screen out is longer. Now, as always, give this video a thumb up if you like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe for more content like this, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out any new uploads. And I will see you when I see you. Peace out.